Good afternoon, and you're very welcome to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg in Ennis for what is the quarter-final of the TG4 All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship. It was sunny up until a few minutes ago, but the weather has turned. Unfortunately, only one can extend the summer here, so there's a prize on offer of an All-Ireland semi-final at stake. Only one can extend their summer, and the other will go on to have an elongated, introspective winter. Who will it be? Will it be the hosts in Clare or Fermanagh? We're delighted to have a co-commentator today from one of the last biggest meetings between Clare and Fermanagh, the All-Ireland final of 2009, Anne-Marie Callan. And we'll get to your thoughts and maybe your memories of that in a little while, but we'll just get to the teams first because there are a few changes to the 1 to 15 that was originally named. So to deal with the Clare, the host first, it's Rebecca Sexton of Kilmurray Brecon in goal. Hannah Doyle, Rebecca Doohan and Aisling Kelly are the full back line. Abby Kelly, Joanna Doohan, the captain, and Emer Burke make up the half-back line. Teresa Collins and Anya Slashtery are the midfield pairing. A half-forward line of Amy Sexton, Ellie Hanrahan and Fidelma Marnan. And the full forward line of Leah Kelly, Chloe Maloney and Lauren Conway. So Fidelma Marnan wearing 20. She's coming in for Sinead Constantine, who was originally named on the team. And there's 4 changes to the team that was originally named for Fermanagh. So in goal is Anya Harn. Cornerback is Courtney Breen. Brona Smith comes in at fullback, and the captain Shannon McQuaid is the other corner. Aisling Keenan at halfback. Kayla Cara Bogue is the centre back, and Brenda Bannon is the other wing back. A midfield pairing of Anya McCarney and Katrina Breen. Half forward line of Sarah Britton, Niamh McManus and Sinead Barrett, and a full forward line of Ciara McGarrigle, Emer Smith and Joanne Doohan. And there's 4 changes to that one. Aisling O'Brien, Sarah McCarville, Ellie Kerrigan and Caoimhe Gallagher are not playing, and it's Courtney Breen, Brona Smith, Sarah Britton and Sinead Barrett into that. We're just going to wait for the national anthem in a few minutes, but just to get your initial thoughts, Anne-Marie, because it's an intriguing matchup. They probably haven't met, I think, 5 years since they met in the championship, but they've already met in the league. How much bearing will that have? Because Fermanagh had an 8-point win on the day.
Yeah, they did, and I suppose I know it's very hard to compare league and championship. You know, you're trying out different players throughout the league, but I suppose Clare topped their group and Fermanagh were second, so this is how they ended up today. I suppose both teams will want to go one step further than last year and be in the last 4. I'm expecting a very, very tight game. Just looking, I suppose, at the Clare team, they have a lot of experience up front, and as have Fermanagh, but I suppose Emer Smith, who scored 2-12 in that league game that you just mentioned, like Clare are going to have to stop the ball going into her. They're going to have to use that zonal defence they've been using all through the year. They're going to have to use it effectively and, you know, stop her getting ball. And I think Clare do have a great chance, but it's going to be a very exciting match.
Yeah, and one player that wasn't playing in that initial league match as well is Fidelma Marnan. She was top scorer of the entire country 3 years ago when Clare got to an All-Ireland Intermediate final. Her reintroduction, let's say, is a huge boost for them in this championship.
It is, like, she's very talented. As we know, there isn't too many players that can kick right and left. Fidelma can do that. She opens up the space for the other forwards inside as well. You know, she's a good header. She works well with the other forwards like Lauren Conway, Chloe Maloney and Ellie Hanrahan, who have been big names for Clare throughout the last couple of years and who get on the scoreboard every day. But we have to mention the half-backs and the midfield who work so hard for Clare and get that lovely ball in, because as a forward you want the ball coming in, and you know it's your job to score at the end of the day, but it is a great boost to have Fidelma back.
Yeah, these teams are trying to make that extra step. Fermanagh are up from junior. They won the All-Ireland Junior in 2024 and got immediately to an All-Ireland quarter-final last year where they lost to Tyrone. They're back again looking to go that extra step further, where Clare have had back-to-back defeats at home in the last 2 quarter-finals since they were in the All-Ireland final of 2023. So they're hoping to make a third time lucky on home soil. They've already been beaten by Northern opposition. Ulster sides of Tyrone and Monaghan have beaten them in the last 2 quarterfinals, so they're hoping to make it third time lucky from the Ulster side of it. So we're going to wait for the national anthem here, and we'll talk to you again in a few minutes. The teams have made their final preparations and we're ready to see who can make that leap into the All-Ireland semi-finals. It's going to be Clare that are going to play with the breeze in the opening period, and Fermanagh, who won the toss, have opted to go against it. So we'll be interested to see how that tactic will actually pan out for either side. We'll also be keeping an eye on the other quarterfinals, because the most significant one from a Clare and Fermanagh point of view is that Down and Monaghan won in Páirc Esther that goes on at the same time. The winners of here play the winners of that, and there's also Leitrim, Roscommon and Westmeath and Wexford also going on at the same time. The referee for today is Jorcani of Mayo, and he's ready to throw in the ball for the 2026 All-Ireland Intermediate Championship quarter-final.
I just see one. I saw that Aisling Kelly is actually picking up Emer Smith, who's the danger lady. We know Aisling was in the Clare minor panel last year, was in line for player of the match in that game, had an outstanding campaign. A young player, but very determined and motivated, and will track Emer.
Yeah, it's a big step for her. You doing the leaving cert and everything.
Yes, she's just completed the leaving cert. Yeah, but look, she's a great girl. She works very hard, and it's her time now to shine.
Well, it's time for Clare and Fermanagh to shine as well, and it's Clare that are on the ball. They have a strong breeze at their back, so it's about how much they can profit over the next 30 minutes will go a long way to deciding this one. And already we have Amy Sexton going down. She plays the ball into the corner where Lauren Conway immediately just can't get her hands on the ball. A little bit scrappy at the start, but it's Fermanagh to come away with the ball, and they're stuck. And it's given his over carrying there, and it's going to be a free in for Clare. An immediate chance that Amy Sexton's going to take this one. Now, Ellie Hanran gives it off to Anya Slattery, and Clare can build from here. Emer Burke giving it down to Leah Kelly. And now Fidelma Marinan. What can she do with this one? She's immediately opting for Chloe Maloney, who looks to be almost double marked there. And it's Chloe Maloney now trying to find that ball inside. Anya Slattery. Clare having to be patient here because Fermanagh have a good defensive block put up, and there's no one really at the edge of the square. Leah Kelly comes back out to the distinctive different colour boots of Fidelma Marinan. Now and she builds again. It's the Clare go across field, and it's Emer Burke that picks up the ball. They're going to have to go a different route. I suppose it's very important, Emery, just that defensive structure against this breeze, because it is quite a strong breeze, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I suppose Clare have to be patient, on their build-up play. They need to work around the ball, not to pass the ball away. Chloe Maloney's in possession here. She's looked to be fouled, and referee's playing advantage.
Well, she should probably have tried a kick anyway, but she was willing to just hold on and take the free herself. Most people would use the advantage to have a shot at the post anyway, but she was content to have the free, and she's going to take it herself. And Jer has the spray out just to make sure that she knows where she's kicking it from. By the way, there's no hooter today that won't kick in until the All-Ireland semi-finals, so just at the regular clock, and it's Chloe Maloney that's going to take this one. Chloe's about 35 metres in the post. Sweet left foot effort, and it goes straight over the bar, and it's the opening point of the game for Chloe Maloney, who won the free, took the free. And it's a good start and a settling one, I suppose, for Emery, for Clare. Yeah,
patient build up from Clare there. You'd imagine Chloe to score that well within her range. It'll be good for her confidence. Well, Clare are going to have to mark tight now here for the kick out.
Yeah, and it's about trying to get out of against that breeze, and they do it successfully because they break out, and it's Sarah Britton that gets that ball out. And immediately looking for Emer Smith, the danger woman, who's followed, as we mentioned already, by Aisling Kelly. She's met by two players. She gets it back to Kayla Carabogue, a great runner, and she was very, very effective in that league game in Kinawley just about 3 months ago now. Fermanagh won that game by 8 points on the day, a very deserved victory as it worked out. It made sure that they were safe in Division 3. Clare had to go down right to the last day to secure their safety in Division 3, so we'll see how this one pans out. It's good to have an attack against the breeze anyway, because it's Sinead Barrett, another one that was very effective on the day and has got a great bit of pace. She's already through, and that's a great score for Fermanagh. She breaks through, cut the defensive cover and put it straight over the bar.
Yeah, she found a little gap there. I know that Clare were doing a little bit of wall watching, so they're going to have to watch her coming in around the back there. Excellent score for Sinead.
Yeah, it's a good settling one for Fermanagh, especially against these conditions. We're only coming up towards the 4th minute, so let's see what Rebecca Sexton can do with this one. She gives it plenty, and it's going to go right over, almost to halfway, and that's Leah Kelly just can't get her hands in it, And instead it's Fermanagh to pick up again. Liam McManus picks up the ball, gives it off to Ciara McGarrigle. McGarrigle looking inside here, and she finds Brona Smith trying to get a little bit of space, gives it back again, and it's Sarah Britton that puts the ball over the bar, and 2 for Fermanagh, and that's just fantastic stuff. Back-to-back scores, and they're already building a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I suppose that came from the kick out, just from the break off the kick out. Good work, but Fermanagh worked the ball into a scoreable position. Clare are going to have runners here now for the kick outs to help out Rebecca. She's going high again.
Yeah, there's a very congested middle third there, but the ball breaks perfectly off Ellie Hanran. But Ger Canny says that there was a push in the back, and it's Fermanagh that are going to have the free, and they're going to build on it again. It's Niamh McManus again that has that ball. She's on the right wing. She's trying to cut inside, and she gives it off to Sarah Britton, and Sarah Britton has operated pretty much in a free role here because she got through for the last score, but she has been on mark now too. And here she goes again, and Sarah Britton's inside. Can she go for a goal? Oh, it's a fantastic save from Rebecca Sexton. The ball isn't cleared yet, and Joanna Doohan just about gets that ball away, and it's a fantastic one. Teresa Collins picking up the break, and she gives it off, and suddenly Clare have to build, and Abby Kelly, the ball is knocked out of her hands, and it's going to be a line ball, or looks like the line. It's going to be.
It looked like it was off the Fermanagh player. It was a really good tackle. We'll just go back to Rebecca Sexton's save there. It was absolutely outstanding. It was a point blank save from her, put her body in the line, and that'll do her confidence the world of good. I think the referee's having a chat with the linesman here about
it's an audio thing. I was wondering what the hand was up here, but it's definitely the fourth official can't hear. Just going back to that goal chance, and we mentioned that Sarah Britton had a bit of a free rein, and she just cut inside there. Like, is there a danger that Clare could over concentrate on Emer Smith and allow others to then pick up the break? Yeah,
they're going to have to watch Sarah Britton there. She's very, very fast on the ball. Maybe they are concentrating too much on that full forward line, but Sarah's outside, and she's giving and going all the time. So Clare are going to have to watch that. They just settle now while there's a break in play, and they just need to pick up. I think Rebecca Doohan seems to be free inside at the moment. Clare will just have to watch that because she's a danger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they got a bit of relief there because a goal against them, having had a strong breeze at their back, would have been a huge sucker punch for the home side, but instead they have the ball and they're out of danger. They're only a point behind here, but they're after giving away possession again because here go Fermanagh, and they're full of running here so far. Oh, there's a good ball inside. Oh, and the referee's pulling it back. He's saying there was a holding, and it's going to be a free. His signals aren't the greatest, I'll be totally honest. Yeah,
Emer Smith's arm was pulled back there as she was about to hand pass the ball. That's what it seems.
Yeah.
So he played advantage,
So it's Joanne Doonan now that's going to take this one from the 45-metre line. Now she's looking for options. She doesn't have any immediate ones. She can go back, and she does go back. And it's perfectly for Courtney Breen to kind of rebuild this one again, and it's Doonan looking inside because Kayla Carabog is there, and she has the ball now. I mentioned her just before the start of the game. Oh, it's a good block down there. Joanna doing the business there to try and keep out Fermanagh, and it's Fermanagh that are in the ascendancy in this early part. Clare got the first score, but it's been all Fermanagh since. They've got 2 points, had a glorious goal chance that was saved, and they're still in the attack here, so just defying the conditions and also defying home advantage here. They only came up this morning. A 3-hour journey was arduous, but it looked to have no ring rustiness here as they break through again. And it's Emer Smith, and Emer Smith is fouled. No, the referee says it's going to be a free out. Looked like it was going to be a free in, and the Fermanagh faithful aren't too happy about that, but it's certainly a relief for Clare, who get to rebuild again, and it is the captain, Joanna Doohan. If anyone's going to inspire her, it's going to be her. She has found Fidel McMahon in here in a little bit of space, but unfortunately it's a breach. All about the new rules here, and it's going to be a breach here, and Clare don't get to counter-attack. You're going to have to be disciplined. All these new rules, and that one in particular is one that you just have to keep very vigilant on.
Yeah, the Clare line aren't too happy with that, but I suppose Clare will have to watch that. I thought that Emer Smith was fouled there, but obviously the ref has a final decision. So it's now a 20-yard free kick for Emer, so you'd imagine she's going to pop this over the bar, and Clare will have to be ready for the kick out again.
Yeah, so first shot at the post and the first opportunity, but maybe it was justice for the one that she was probably a bit harshly pulled for overcarrying just a few minutes ago. So she has the opportunity to open her account and also give Fermanagh what is now a 2-point lead, just strokes it over, and now 3-1 to Fermanagh. 9 minutes gone, and you wouldn't feel that time ticking away A brilliant start for Fermanagh. They're here just against the conditions, against the odds, but have so far in the ascendancy. And Rebecca Sexton down again. There's a really, really congested middle third all the time. But Anya Slattery managed to get her hands on the ball. It's off to Joanna Doohan. Doohan finds Emer Burke, and Emer Burke finds a chink of light. She gives it off to wing back, and Abby Kelly. Abby Kelly finds Chloe Maloney. She got the first score. She's put inside. There's almost confusion between the two players inside. But there is a bit of a chance here. An opportunity. It's Abby Kelly. She's got the ball. She turns inside. Lauren Conway, can she get a shot? It's blocked. Oh, what a fantastic block it was from Courtney Breen. The ball comes back, and it's a fantastic score for Leah Kelly, and a tonic for Clare, but there was almost a goal chance there for Lauren Conway.
Yeah, it was. It was good work by Clare, but I think the Fermanagh back stood tall, and it was a good block down. Fermanagh are in possession here again. Now they're after winning the kick out with Kayla Brogue in possession.
Yeah, 3-2 now. That has livened up the home support at least, but it's Fermanagh that answering straight back. We've had end-to-end stuff here so far. A great take, and it's a fantastic carry by Ciara McGarrigle. She gives it off to Brona Smith, and Brona Smith is cut inside her marker. Can she get a shot? It looks to be a little bit wayward, but it's going to stay in play. Rebecca Sexton's in a foot race here. Oh, there could have been a foul there between herself and Brona Smith, but she managed to get that ball away anyway, and it's Aisling Kelly that has the ball. She's under a little bit of pressure, but look at that for composure. Straight out of the minor ranks, and she's given that ball off to Hannah Doyle, and Hannah Doyle, oh, it's a little bit behind the marker, and suddenly Fermanagh have the opportunity to counter-attack if they can get the ball. It's Kayla Cara-Bogue has the ball. Now, she's played more on the forwards than she has done as a defensive anchor, and I think that just shows the narrative of this game so far. Fermanagh have been on top, and they are on top in the scoreboard. A goal chance at either end now, but it's Fermanagh that still hold that 3-2 lead. And they're willing to be patient with it here. Sinead Barrett, she got the opening score for Fermanagh, and she's inspired them again because she's given it off to Niamh McManus. McManus has a bit of time here. She's gone pretty much to the left, but finds Emer Smith. It's normally only one result, and the reason it's a score for Emer Smith. A second one for her and a fourth for Fermanagh, and they've restored that 2 point.
Yeah, lovely play again. But I think when Fermanagh run at Clare are under a little bit of pressure. You know, they're off the shoulder the whole time. They're working really hard. I know they have the wind, but Clare just need to settle a bit on their passes coming out. You know, that came from a dispossession here in the half forward line. So I just think that they just need to tighten up a little bit. Fermanagh are in possession again with Ciara McGonigal.
Yeah, and what a run it is, and they seem to have really put a lot of numbers around the middle for those kickouts. Oh, but again, caught for over carrying, and it's kind of been a feature of them so far. Just taking that extra step and being punished for them. Anyway, it's Rebecca Doohan that gets it off, and now Clare can build again. And Leah Kelly gives it off here to Emer Burke, and she gets it down the line towards Ellie Hanran. Is superbly marshaled by Kayla Cara-Bogue. She gets that ball again, gives it to Sinead Barrett, and they can build from here. Fermanagh a little bit slicker than their host at the moment. And a brilliant bit of play there from Joanne Doonan to get away from all the crowd that was there. Anya McCarney has the ball. What can she do with it? She gives it off to Niamh McManus. McManus, if she can see there's a player inside there. She didn't spot him. She goes for the score. It's going to drop short, and Rebecca Sexton has it and then drops it, but looks like there was advantage being played for a foul and a Fermanagh player there. So it's going to be another opportunity for Emer Smith, you'd imagine, to have a go at this and make it a 3-point lead, which would be the first time in the game that they've been that far ahead as we come up to the end of the opening quarter. Yeah,
there seems to be a pulling in the jersey there as Ciara pulled the trigger, but if she had looked inside, the Caoimhe Gallagher Sinead Barrett was gone inside. But look, again, it's another chance for Emer Smith to get on the scoreboard. I just was looking at the last couple of games. Emer has been the top scorer. Joanna Doohan, who's been on a lot of ball, has also been one of their main scorers, and that just seemed to have tail wide.
But he's going to get another opportunity at it, because it seems to be that he's going to say it's a 45. I'm not really sure who got the touch there.
Got
but
a
anyway,
deflection, yeah.
It's going to be a 45, and difficult one against the breeze there. We saw just there at the edge of the D that she had to go short with that one. She got it back, and unfortunately just kicked it off target, but it's going to be difficult. She won't be able to kick this, so she's going to have to go short. She has players at either side of her to try and use. So
yeah, Clare will have to be alert.
She has Joanne Doonan to her left. She has Anya McCarney to her right. So would she use either of those options? She's definitely not going to be able to kick it from here, so we'll see what she does with it. It only gets as far as the first player, which is Teresa Collins, and Teresa Collins has it. Now, Clare looking to build on this one, but she needs support if she's going to get out of trouble here. She gives it off to her midfield partner and Anya Slattery, and they get to build here. Aisling Kelly, that ball just a little bit ran away from maybe the rain shower that fell just before the... And he's going to stop the play because there was a head injury there, a clash from about 3 or 4 players that went in. And it was going to be a bit of a break as well for Clare to regroup. And I suppose it's Clare that need to regroup at the moment, Emery, because, 4-2 is probably, not a fair reflection maybe on Fermanagh's dominance so far. So I think Clare need to settle and try and get the game down this side of the field.
Yeah, I'd say maybe nerves could be playing a part as well. That the ball doesn't seem to be going to hand at time. I know that the underfoot conditions aren't great in patches, but... Again, this break in play might help Clare just to regroup again. I know that the forward lines are being starved of possession at the moment, but I know that Clare have to be patient and work the ball in. They can't just kick it in against this wind. You imagine Joanna Doohan, she's going to look for the ball going short here. She's looking to find Chloe Maloney.
Yeah, Chloe has come out from the full forward berth. She is looking like she was fouled, but the referee isn't having any of it here. She's on the 65. She gives it back to her clubmate, Maria Brecken, the captain, Joanna Doohan. She gives inside to Fidelma Marnin, and she's outside the 2-point zone, and she's going for the 2-pointer, but that's going to drop just slightly short. The goalie's unsighted. The ball bounces right over the bar. Oh, I don't know if she knew too much about that, but the ball bounced over. Wow, that was a very unusual one, and it's going to be a 2-pointer because it bounced.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, did they take it to deflection?
Yeah,
because
I think it might have, because that could be a crucial one here. He's given 2, and he's saying there was no deflection whatsoever. So Fidelma Marnin, in the most bizarre circumstances, makes the game level. Have you ever seen anything like that, Emery?
No, excellent score. They're really good for her confidence. Just bounced over the bar. Could have been in the back of the net also.
Yeah.
Fermanagh have gone short again. Shanna McQuaid is after finding Joanne Doohan on the wing.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper was unsighted for that one because the full back and the full forward were just in front of her, and I don't think she saw it until the ball actually bounced in front of her. But the game is level. Fidelma Marnin's 2-pointer has livened up the home side here. It's all to play for, and it's Fermanagh that have the ball, and it is the captain, the aforementioned Shanna McQuaid, that has it. She tries to build, and look at the amount of Fermanagh players that are back there now, all trying to put all hands to the pump here. And it's Kayla Cara-Bogue that again, she's at the centre of everything here so far, as is Sinead Barrett. 2 of them working really, really hard to get Fermanagh on the front foot. And they're going to have to rebuild all again, but they'll be very happy with this one, even though they were pegged back level. They are playing against a strong breeze and have it to come in the second half. And again, it's Ciara McGarrigle that picks up possession. She gives it off to Sinead Barrett, and Barrett to Kayla Cara-Bogue, who has been omnipresent here around Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg so far. Courtney Breen, she had an excellent block on Lauren Conway just to make sure that there was no breach in the Fermanagh goal. And she's going to just go back and forth here. It's Clare that have to force the issue because they have the breeze, they're back, and they have to take advantage of it. And it's Emer Smith that's going to take advantage of this one. She beats a player. She looks inside. The ball just over the bar. But what a fantastic score it was from Emer Smith. She's very, very dangerous.
Oh, she's really, really skillful. Even you see how agile she is there, bouncing from right to left. Exactly what you need is a full forward. Excellent score. She's a team player as well. She always gives and goes, gives it to the person in the best position. Clare have gone short for this one. Rebecca Sexton found Rebecca Doohan, and Rebecca Doohan is back in possession again.
Yeah, she hasn't, gives off to Emer Burke. And Emer Burke running into a little bit of trouble there, and she's going to have to move this ball because Fermanagh are hunting in packs. They're ahead, and they're really, really eager to make sure that they get to an All-Ireland semi-final for the first time since 2014. It would be a huge achievement for the county, who were junior only 2 years ago. Now, Courtney Breen has the ball. She gives it off to Anya McCarney. McCarney looks back, and she goes back to Breen. Breen's going to go short, this time to Doonan. Joanne Doonan gives the ball. This is great interplay, and it is Doonan has the ball. It's a goal chance here if she can get it. Oh, it's another fantastic save. She gets the rebound and scores the goal, and Joanne Doonan has made sure that Fermanagh get the first goal in the game, and what a time to get it as well. 1-5-4 on the board, 18 minutes gone, and it was a slick bit of interplay. What a goal.
What a goal, and that came from interception out in the corner, right near the corner flag. Fermanagh's work rate is phenomenal. They're giving it to the person in the best position. They're in possession again. Clare are kind of under pressure at the moment. Fermannagh's running game. Emer Smith is on the ball here again.
Have a second goal. It is a second goal. 2 goals in the space of 30 seconds. Oh, what a goal. Emer Smith to the left corner, and suddenly it's 11 points to 4. Wow, in 30 seconds this game is completely opened up, and Fermanagh in the ascendancy. Oh, what a start it was for Fermanagh.
Yeah, another outstanding goal. Really, really well worked. Kick out has come now. Joanna Doohan is under it. Teresa Collins is on it. She's going to be looking for her another great tackle. Outstanding tackle from Anya McGarry.
There's a couple of players thrown on the ground. I don't know if he's going to hold this one up because they're saying it's a head injury. Anyway, play goes on. Clare need a bit of a boost here as Chloe Maloney gets inside to Lauren Conway. Conway has a look at her options, and one of those is Leah Kelly. Leah Kelly has a little look up inside. It's Ellie Hanran. Ellie Hanran is going to look across because Anya Slattery is on the overlap here. She's got a player to beat first though if she can get around her. She doesn't try to. She gives it back to Marlon. Marlon had success with a 2-pointer a few seconds ago. She gets one this time, but it's important for Clare to stop the rot here. They conceded 2-1 without reply, so that's a good one.
That was a good response, worked the ball very well. Lauren Conway was in space, found her player across the way. Great score. Ellie Hanran with a lovely ball across the D, which we've seen her do many, many times, and Fidelma popped it over. I think the referee seems to be coming to the linesman again. There seems to be
there's an injury here for one of the Fermanagh players as well, so he's going to stop, but there's a bit of consultation there with the fourth official. The play goes on. Katrina Breen doesn't get time to get too much attention because the ball is quickly played. Now it's Joanne Doonan again, and she gets that ball. The score, that first goal that has really sparked this game into life. 2-5 to 5. 2 goals in the space of 30 seconds. Oh, she's caught for overcarrying. Oh, and she threw the ball there. So anyway, it almost seemed like a little bit of dissent, but play goes on. Ellie Hanran has the ball around the middle. Clare will want that ball down in the danger zone because they need to try and get back into this game. They have a strong breeze at their back with their 6 points in arrears. Now Teresa Collins gives it inside to Emer Burke. Burke back to Collins. Collins can look inside there. Oh, is Amy Sexton taken out of it? No, says the referee. Oh, hold on, he says. And is he going to give it now?
I know they were both going in the same.
Oh, and there's another player down here.
They were both going the same direction, but Amy seems to got a hit on her shoulder. Hopefully she's okay. There's another off-the-ball incident here, so the fourth official's under pressure.
Yeah, well, the referee's going to have a word with the lines person here. There's a few skirmishes here, I suppose. There's a lot on the line. There's a great bit of intensity here, but the carrot is huge, isn't it? And we're getting to a semi-final, something that either side hasn't done in the last couple of years. So it's an important step forward, isn't it?
It's massive. As you said, Fermanagh won junior in 2024. The last time the sides met were in 2021. I suppose we have to go back to that day in 2009 when they met in the All-Ireland final. A very special day for Clare. But as I mentioned earlier, Clare were 6 points up that day. Fermanagh came back, with ladies football, goals, win games, and it was a very exciting day for the county, and I suppose we haven't been there since, so it'll be lovely even to get back into the last 4, and you never know what might happen, but there's a long way to go in this game here. There still seems to be a little bit of hold up. They're all kind of
Amy Sexton looks to be getting up a little gingerly, it must be said, but she's ready to go. The referee hasn't taken any action on any of the scuffles that were going off the ball, so play continues.
Amy's an outstanding player for Clare. She's been excellent all year, a real hard worker, so glad that she's okay.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a bit of a mistimed, almost a slap really from Ellie Hanran, and it looks like that she's going to be the first player to be cautioned and possibly get a yellow card here. Because
I suppose the hand was out. It was just she got caught.
Could be a big blow. It's straight down the head of Courtney Breen. So she does get a yellow card, and it means that Clare are down to 14. I suppose with the amount of build-up and a bit of tension going on there, was probably the next person to get a tackle was probably going to get a yellow.
Yes, so I'd say the ref just had to make that call. It was unlucky for Ellie, but Clare are going to have to regroup now. Again, looks like Leah Kelly is going back a little bit deeper. Clare will have to watch the breach as well. They'll have to keep an eye, keep their 3 up. So Lauren Conway, Chloe Maloney, and Fidelma needs to stay up now as well. She's just right on the halfway line. I suppose it's important that you don't get caught with the breaches.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Scores are vital here today.
So Fermanagh are 6 up and a player up here in Zimmer Biomet Páirc. Chíosóg, a fantastic start for them, and they're against the breeze here. It's Kayla Carabog that she's able to control the back line. There's plenty of space here. Ball straight out to Sarah Britton, and Britton can Play the ball inside for Fermanagh. Much the slicker here. Joanna Doonan getting that ball back to Britton, and Britton is off. Leah Kelly is following her. She's just outside the 40-metre arc. Gives inside to Doonan. She got the opening goal, and there's the great contribution here as Ciara McGarrigle gives the ball inside. Now, what can Sinead Barrett do? She's going to have a shot at the post. It's going to hang in the air, but goes over the bar. A fantastic response for Fermanagh, and they're now 7 clear.
Yeah, again, excellent score. I think it was Sinead Barrett, was it, that got that one? Yeah, again, she's in the top 3 scorers for Fermanagh all year. Really, really well worked. Rebecca Sexton now is opted to go along this time. She's looking for her captain, Joanna Doohan. But she finds
Ball
Teresa Collins.
Teresa Collins has it. Clare are going to have to dig deep here because they are a player down and they're 7 points down, and things seem to be going against them here. A free has gone the other way again, and it's a quick solo and goal from Fermanagh. They're on the attack. They just are relishing every opportunity that comes their way now. Momentum is very, very clearly on the green and white side, but Rebecca Doohan makes sure that she gets an interception, gives it off to Aisling Kelly, and Clare are digging in. They've got to have a bit of grit here if they're going to come back into this game. Rebecca Doohan gives it off to Emer Burke, and Emer Burke needs a bit of support here. She gets it from Sexton again. Sexton off to Abby Kelly, and Abby Kelly's on breaking the halfway line. She's only got 2 players ahead of her, one of those being Lauren Conway. She's marked very, very tightly by Aisling Keenan. Oh, but it's Conway that gets inside of her. Now, can she get inside Sarah Britton as well? Oh, there's a bit of space here. Oh, the ball is blocked. He's giving it a white ball. So it was a good effort, but Lauren Conway was bottled up there. It was
a good effort. She turned lovely inside, but there was no one supporting. There should have been someone outside to pop that pass out to. Maybe she should have opted to hand pass it over the bar. That's easy for me to say from here. But look, a good work from Lauren. Good ball in as well from Abby Kelly. We need to get Abby on the ball a little bit more going forward. She's well able. Fermanagh have opted for another long kick out, and Niamh McManus is in possession.
Yeah, Niamh McManus has been instrumental in a lot of things positive for Fermanagh so far, and there has been a lot of positives for Fermanagh so far. We're into the final 4 minutes of the opening half. 4 minutes that they're going to have an extra player, and they also have a 7-point lead, but they're after giving away possession, and it's the captain, Joanna Doohan. Her hand was held, and they're going to get a free here. She doesn't solo and go. She doesn't do either. She stops and starts, but gives it off to Leah Kelly eventually, and she's got Emer Burke inside her. Passes the 40-metre line now. Can she cut inside there? There's 3 players, Fermanagh players in front of her. She's going to have to go back, and she does go back. Gives it off to Teresa Collins. She gives it to Chloe Maloney. Maloney looks inside for Lauren Conway again. She's had 2 goal chances so far, but that is excellent defending from Aisling Keenan. Aisling Keenan gets it off to Courtney Breen, and Fermanagh are defiant. They're coming out with the ball, and it's Brenda Bannon on the ball. Brenda Bannon giving it off here to Sarah Britton. Britton looks inside for Emer Smith, and Emer Smith is pushed by Aisling Kelly, and it's going to be a free in the 60-metre line. An opportunity for Fermanagh to build another attack, and it's all Fermanagh at the moment.
It is. Aisling just needs to be careful there now. The ref is after taking her. Emer's coming out around the nearly the halfway line to win possession, but excellent defensive play from Fermanagh, bottling up our Clare forwards, frustrating them more, like doing exactly what you're meant to do as a back, touch tight, getting the near hand tackle in. Fermanagh are in possession here again with Joanne Doohan.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from her, as is Sinead Barrett all day. She got the last point for Fermanagh, but she's been doing Trojan work here just around the attacking D. Now it's Doonan. Doonan has a little look. She's about 20 metres out. That's going to go just wide of the post, but still a worthy effort. There's only a first wide for Fermanagh, so they're being very, very accurate so far, and considering they're against a strong breeze, the fact that they've got 8 scores so far, 2 of those being goals, is quite significant as we head into the last 2 minutes of normal time in this opening period. Rebecca Sexton looks for her options, but she goes long, looks for Anya Slattery, but it's again Fermanagh to pick up the ball. He free blows for a mark. Everyone kind of confused, even Kayla Carabog for a second, but she does get the ball away. It's Ciara McGarrigle that has it. She hasn't scored so far. She's about to change that. The ball is hanging. It comes off the top of the crossbar. This could fall lovely here. The ball breaks down. Great work from Hannah Doyle, because she had to make sure that there wasn't any repercussions to that. The ball, a small bit of luck for Clare. Will it pay off? Because it could have been a point for Fermanagh, but it's Clare that are on the counter, and it's Leah Kelly that has that ball. She looks down the field, and she's found for Delma Marnon. There was 2 around her a second ago, but she had the pace to get away from The solo is a little bit loose, but she still has possession, and she gets a free. Shannon McQuaid just a little bit touched tight. Now she's complaining to the referee, and meanwhile, Fidelma Marnon has bust through. She's going for the goal, but it's the side netting. It was an ambitious effort. She probably should have gone for a point, Anne-Marie, but the player she is, she was going to go for it, I suppose.
Yeah, lovely ball in there from Leah Kelly to Fidelma. She was fouled. She took the quick solo and go. Yeah, maybe she didn't realise she had as much space in front of her. She went to settle a little bit and popped it over the bar. A little improvement there from Clare. Clare needs to keep the pressure on now for the last minute or so.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic opening period, especially for the visitors so far. There's going to be 2 minutes of additional time in this one, and it's Fermanagh to have the ball. And Clare are the ones that really need to regroup at the half time because they're going to be against a strong breeze. They're already a player down for 10 minutes. Now Sarah Britton getting that ball towards Emer Smith, and again she's pushed by Aisling Kelly. And the problem here is that that's been the second successive foul by Aisling Kelly, and it could be another yellow card. This could be a nightmare scenario for Clare. She just he gives her a bit of a warning, but doesn't reach in the pocket for a card, which might be significant. Emer Smith is still down. She's going to get some treatment, and her continuation would be extremely important for Fermanagh.
Yeah, again, she was out in front there of Aisling. Aisling just needs to be careful now. I'd say that she's on her final warning. But Emer seems to be up onto her feet again. I'd say she's okay. Plenty of water being taken on board here, so I'd say even though it was raining earlier, conditions are still warm and humid, so players will need a lot of hydration. You'd imagine Emer will go sharp with this, so Clare need to be on their toes again for this free.
Yeah, well, it's all for men at the moment. 2-6-5, a fantastic opening period for them, considering they opted to go against the breeze, and it seems to be a wise decision now because they are 7 points clear. They have an extra player at the moment due to the sin binning just a little bit earlier, so it's all for men at the moment, and it's Emer Smith on the ball. If they're going to have one player to hold on to possession in injury time, it's going to be Emer Smith. She gets it back to Courtney Breen, and they build again. She's got Joanne Doonan at this side if she needs her. And again, they're just taking the ball, controlling it. 90 seconds to half time. So they're controlling the narrative at the moment, and it's Doonan gives it back off to Courtney Breen, and Breen back to Doonan again. Doonan, can she go for a score? She did wide just a couple of seconds ago. Kieran McGarrigle. Brilliant stuff again from Kayla Cara-Bogue, and she gets it off to Sinead Barrett. Barrett has the ball. She's a very, very industrious player, but she's willing to hold on to that ball, and suddenly we're into that last minute of injury time here. Now, Fermanagh be making sure they're not going to do anything too crazy here and give Clare another scoring opportunity. So it's Clare they have to force the issue. They're going to have to push out, and so far it's Fermanagh holding that ball and holding possession, just building it through the phases here. Sinead Barrett, she's got a burst of pace if she goes at him, as she proved with that opening point. Kayla Cara-Bogue now back over to Courtney Breen. First bit of contact here in a while. Leah Kelly is out to her, but the ball inside to Doonan. Oh, but McGarrigle has it. She gives off to Joanne Doonan. Doonan gets away from her marker. Can she score? No, just this time to the left and wide. And it's another let off for Clare. And unfortunate for Fermanagh. Could that be the last action of the opening period? Possibly so. The referee, Jerk Kenny, is looking towards the line, and now he's going towards the line here. It's unusual. The communications must be a little bit off because there don't seem to be talk over the microphone. They're going to play another phase, and is that an opportunity for Clare to get a score, and a much needed one it would be. The midfield pairing have combined here, and now it's Lauren Conway. This is the furthest she's been out in the whole game. She's been brought all the way by Aisling Keenan. Now Fidelma Marnon, she's got 3 points so far, including a 2-pointer. She's not going to go for that one, surely. And she does. It was an unusual shot. Even for her standards, that was quite an ambitious one. And it goes harmlessly wide, and it's a second wide for Clare. And could that be the last action of the opening period here? We're about to find out. The fourth official is definitely looking to see when this game is, or the halftime is going to be in. But the referee is happy to play on. We're a minute over the allocated 2. But I suppose there was an injury or two, so we'll see if it's going to go on much over. Courtney Breen here has the ball.
Come on.
Yeah, it's moving along here so far, and realistically, Ellie Hanlon could go back on the field here because the 10 minutes is actually up from the time that she had it. So They were hoping to have her for the start or first couple of minutes in the second half, but she might actually come back on the first half because this half doesn't look like it's going to end whatsoever. But it is Fermanagh in possession, just as it has been for the majority of this opening period. And Joanne Doonan has the ball. She's been very, very influential in this game. As the ball breaks inside, and it looks like it's Sinead Barrett. Barrett has it. Barrett has been sensational this opening period. She's going to get a free for her troubles. She has a shot anyway that goes a bit short, and it's going to be Fermanagh at the last action of the half. And Sinead Barrett again, just brilliant on the ball carrying herself, and Kayla Cara-Bogue and a few others have been just fantastic at that.
Yeah, I suppose their ball carrying is excellent. They're giving it to the person in the best position. They're working it really well as a team. I think Clare just need to settle. They need to work the ball around the D a little bit more patient in their build up. Again, this will settle for many. You imagine this is the last action now of this first half, so Clare will regroup. I suppose they just need to regroup, and I suppose the momentum is a little bit with Fermanagh at the moment. A few small mistakes from Clare, but we have seen throughout the league what Clare can do, and this game isn't over yet.
No, but the half is surely over after this one.
Yeah.
It's Emer Smith will just test out the breeze here, because this is probably the furthest out she's had a shot at the post. No problem with distance, but I think in terms of accuracy, that one goes to the right and wide. The umpire at the near side wasn't so sure, but the umpire at the far side was the one that sees control. It is a wide, unfortunately, for Fermanagh. They don't go in with that extra bit of a buzz, but they certainly have a buzz. And the half goes on. We're into the 35th minute now, almost the 36th minute of the opening half. And this referee doesn't want the half to end. He's enjoying himself so much. And Fermanagh are enjoying themselves too, because they have the ball again. He's inside. Surely it's another goal. It is a goal. It comes between her legs. It's Bronagh Smith that has done it. But the referee, what is he calling here?
And there seems to be quite a few steps there, so I think he's going to have a chat with his umpire.
Yeah. Oh, he's giving it for over carrying, and Fermanagh are absolutely furious with that one.
Correct decision.
It's a very late call, but Bronagh Smith could have almost sealed a semi-final place for Fermanagh with a goal, and she's been pulled for over carrying, and just on the stroke of half-time, the Fermanagh officials are gone to the fourth official here. It was a late call, but it's an important one for the game, because has it given Clare a bit of a lifeline here? They're 7 points down. To go 10 points down at half-time against the breeze for the second half would have been a damning blow. But as it stands, it's 2-6 to 5. And Anne-Marie, you'd have to say they're very, very worthy of this lead. I know it was a blitz of 2 goals in 30 seconds, but overall, they have been much the better team.
They have been the better team throughout, yeah. Their work rate is phenomenal. Their passing is excellent. Their off-the-shoulder passing is excellent. Their solo and go is really, really good. But you know what? Clare aren't going to lie down. They're going to come out in the second half. They have to have a good start, so the first goal will be vital in the second half. Fermanagh will have to work really hard, against that breeze. Hopefully Clare now will regroup and come out as stronger in the second half. We look forward to it.
Yeah. What about those 2 goals though? Because you hope for one of a breakthrough, because they had a couple of half chances before that, but then to get 2 in 30 seconds, and there are 2 more experienced players in Joanne Doonan and Emer Smith. Yeah,
who we've mentioned throughout the league have been excellent. And you know what, Clare have had the chances as well. It just hasn't come from them. But I do think they will have goal chances in the second half. I suppose it's a game now that Clare will need to just settle in a little bit and kind of just relax. I think they're panicking a small little bit, whereas Fermanagh seem to be showing more composure.
Yeah, and they will have the breeze to come in the second half. It's be interesting to see what to be a fly on the wall in the dressing rooms, but we're going to leave it for a few minutes. We're going to watch the highlights of those first half and have a look out for those 2 goals in particular. It's 2-6 to Fermanagh, 5 points to Clare at half time here in the TG Clare All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship quarter-final. Join us again in the second half for what's going to be an intriguing second period, but for the moment, watch the highlights and we'll join again in a few minutes' time. Welcome back here to Zimmer Biomet Páirc Chíosóg in Ennis for the second half of this All-Ireland Intermediate Ladies Football Championship quarter-final. Both teams are back on the field. From first glance, doesn't seem to be any changes here. Clare were out first. They're eager to make an impression here because they might be against the conditions, but they're also against the odds. They're 7 points in arrears here for Fermanagh with an unbelievable start. You wouldn't think that they are the less experienced side at this level. Clare were in the All-Ireland final only 3 years ago, but Fermanagh have that wind in their sails and now have the wind at their backs for the second half. The referee came out without a ball and he's now looking for one. Clare still down to 14 players for the foreseeable future because Ellie Hanrahan is waiting to come on the field here, but she got a sin bin in the opening period, but is still not back on the field. We're going to have to wait and see what the referee calls on that, but she is due back any second now. He's ready to throw in the ball for the second period, and let's see what this one brings. It's 2-7, 2-5, 2-6 to 5 points at half time, and immediately it's Fermanagh on the ball, and immediately it's Niamh McManus on the ball, and she gives it off to Sinead Barrett, and Barrett has had a fantastic game so far, as has Joanne Doonan. Doonan gives it off to Anya McCarney. McCarney making inroads here. She's got options around her. One of those, it looks to be a foul surely, and there is going to be a foul. It looks to be on Niamh McManus. And immediately Fermanagh on the front foot, and they will want to continue on that momentum that they had in the opening period.
Yeah, there was a pull back there from Teresa Collins. A ball was intercepted there from the throw-in by Anya McGarry. Fermanagh broke forward, and Emer Smith is well within her range. You'd imagine she'll pop this over. And I suppose from the resuming kick-out, Clare will have to work on from what in the first half, try and get ball to hand from the kick-outs.
Yeah, she's got 1-3 so far. Only one of that has come from a free. So can she double her free bounty here? She can indeed, and it means that Fermanagh increased their lead to 8 points, a significant lead, it must be said. We're only into the opening minute of the first half. Ellie Hanrahan has made sure that Clare are restored to a full complement here. She is back on the field and she's now on the ball. Now what can she do? Because Clare need to have something special here if they're going to get right back into this game. They have home advantage, but that's about all that's going from at the moment because they're going to have to dig deep. And one of those digging deep is going to be Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney, she got the opening score of the game and she gives it into Lauren Conway, and Conway gets inside Amy Sexton. Suddenly there's a goal chance on here. She hits the top of the crossbar and goes over, but it is a step in the right direction, Anne-Marie, I suppose, for Clare.
Yeah, beautiful ball in there from Chloe Maloney to Lauren Conway, popped off to Amy Sexton, the ever hard-working Amy. Unlucky that it could have been in the back of the net, but good work rate from Clare. Now they're going to have to press up on the kick out and hopefully win possession.
Yeah. Let's see what Fermanagh do with it, because Clare went predominantly long in an opening period, which wasn't very, very fruitful. Aisling Keenan couldn't pick up the ball. She's under a little bit more pressure. There's a bit more urgency about Clare, as there has to be, but Fermanagh do get the free, and Keenan has it, and she's going to do a solo and go here. Brilliantly gives it off, and Sarah Britton on the ball. Britton making sure that Doonan gets it, and she's got options inside, and one of those is Emer Smith, and her marker has changed. Hannah Doyle is now on Emer Smith. Ball inside, Sinead Barrett just couldn't pick it properly, but she's going to go back anyway. She's got options, and one of those is Sarah Britton. Can she pass the ball inside? There's going to be another goal chance here. Oh, interception there. Anya McCarney was at the back post waiting for that ball. Rebecca Sexton with a hugely important interception. Ashton Kelly has it. Can Clare get out of danger? Referee, yeah, he's going to give the free to Clare, but
excellent save there from Rebecca Sexton. Read the ball really, really well. Good work rate again for Fermanagh. You know, they're dangerous when they get up to that full forward line. You know, there's goals in them.
Yeah, well, it's the goals that need to come on the home side, really, if they're going to try and make a game of this one. And it's Abby Kelly on the ball, one of the newer members, gives it to an experienced one that's in her 6th year on the Clare panel, even though she's only a young player, in Joanna Doohan. Now gives it off to Chloe Maloney. 2 players around her. This Teresa Collins. Everyone is bottled up. Now it is Fidelma Marnin. Marnin gets it out here wide. What can Clare do? They're going to need a score here. Leah Kelly, she got one in the opening half, but Fidelma Marnin has it. She's the top scorer so far with 3 for Clare, including an unusual 2-pointer, but they'll accept any score at this stage because the scores haven't been so plentiful on the Clare side. Now, Abby Kelly, that's not going to reach the target. Well, it does reach the target, but not the intended position of it, because it goes straight into the hands of Anya Harron. She gets that ball away, and Courtney Breen can build from here. Now she's under a little bit of pressure here from Lauren Conway, but she does have support here, and inevitably going to be Kayla Bogue that gets the ball off to Anya McCarney. Anya almost in for a goal a couple of minutes ago, only for that Rebecca Sexton interception, and it's Emer Smith that's on the ball. Rebecca Doohan's going to beat her to it though. She gets the ball off, but it's not a clean pass inside. There's going to be a counter here, and it's Ciara McGarrigle. McGarrigle inside Emer Smith. There's probably only one net result there is. It's a goal! A third goal! A second for Emer Smith, but that's superb for Fermanagh. And I'm not sure about that, but it must be nearly game, set and match at this stage.
Superb play from Fermanagh. Again, another turnover when Clare were coming out with the ball. Their work rate from the Fermanagh forwards is just unbelievable. And Emer isn't going to make any mistake from there, you know. Really good goal, bottom right hand corner. Give Rebecca Sexton no chance.
10 points between the sides. It is a phenomenal performance for Fermanagh. They have saved their best performance for the quarter-final when they've needed it most. As I said, they haven't got there since 2014 when they contested a final against Down. They might well be playing Down in the semi-final in only a fortnight's time. But look, we'll wait to see. There's a long way to go. There's still 25 minutes plus here to go. But you'd have to say Fermanagh totally in the driving seat so far.
And so clever, you know, when they give the ball, they're going in around the back. They're making very, very clever runs. Just putting pressure on. Looks like Emer Burke was fouled there. She didn't solo. I wonder would he give a hot ball?
You can't have us a free. Just shows the pressure that Clare are under at the moment. So what's he going to do here?
Yeah, if you look for Fermanagh have someone back.
Throwing the ball because she can't pass the free.
Yeah.
Technically he's right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a throw in here between Anya McCarney. Oh no, he's going to give the free.
Changed his mind.
He did change his mind. Well, look, I suppose if anyone's going to change their mind, it has to be the referee. Now, it's going to be a free to Amy Sexton. She makes sure that she solos, but she was tackled before the allocated. Now, he's not too concerned with that one. And Clare are on the counter here. Teresa Collins has Abby Kelly outside her. She lets it off to Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin has one red boot, one white boot. She reckons that that's only to distinguish which is her left and which is her right foot when she's shooting. Now she's going to need to have her shooting boots on here if Clare are going to get back into this one. Chloe Maloney a teasing ball across, but it's going to be pulled back here for a free. Brenda Bannon got the ball, but it's going to be a free in here for Clare, and they're going to need every score here to get back in the game. They're already 10 points down. Yeah,
Chloe was fouled there just as she was about to pull the trigger, giving a ball across. Fidelma now will need to settle and pop this over, and Clare will have to put pressure on the kick out again. Clare will probably need a goal or two, you know, to get back into it. But look at Fermanagh's defensive structure has been excellent. Their work rate out of their half backline has been excellent. Clare seem to be making a change. The experienced Sinead Constantine seems to be coming in. Sinead is an excellent ball carrier, works very, very hard. Will need to get the ball into the inside full forward line, and it seems to be Leah Kelly who's been making way. The 19-year-old from Cool Gaels who's had a great year, her first time in the panel, played a lot of camogie with Clare over the last couple of years. Really, really hard worker, and you know she's tried very, very hard there.
Yeah, she was also in All-Ireland under 16 final a couple of years ago against Antrim actually. Still Brenda Bannon is down. The ball whistle had been blown, but there was still a challenge for the ball as competitive players do, but she just seems to be a little bit. Her face really, it looks like a face injury, but looks like she's going to play on at least. There doesn't seem to be anyone Fermanagh taking off the tracksuit or anything like that. She's going to play on, but it's going to be a free into Clare here. Fidelma Marnin has the ball.
I'm thinking she might even go short with this one, you know. No, by the way she's lining up now, looks like she's going to go for her score.
She's certainly going to have a pot at it anyway. And she's kicking with the red boot. The red boot, she floats it. It looks to be on target, but it's going to drop short. Where's it going to go here? Because there's a big scramble here. It's almost like a bit of a scrum. Lauren Conway gets the ball back. Oh, the ball was scrambled clear. It's still not clear. Lauren Conway has it. Oh, it's straight across the goal and wide. That was a chance to get right back into this game, Emery.
Yeah, it was. I suppose Fermanagh were under pressure there. Clare had a couple of chances to bury it. High ball, you know, can go either way. But look, Fermanagh breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah, just different conflicting scoring efficiency in front of the goals. Fermanagh with 3 fantastic goals. And a great kick out too, because that was straight down to Anya McCarney, and she has found the inevitable and relieving boot of Emer Smith. Emer Smith is looking inside. Oh, can she get the ball? But that's a great interception from Aisling Kelly. Just make sure she got the timing right on that one. She gives it to Anya Slattery, and again it's Kelly that has the ball. They're going to need every break to go their way now. Teresa Collins getting that ball across to Sinead Constantine for her very first touch of this All-Ireland quarter-final. Clare have lost their last 2 quarter-finals at home. They won't want to make it a third one, but they have a long way to go here if they're going to recover from what is a 10-point deficit. Fantastic Fermanagh performance so far. Very, very disciplined. Their shape has been brilliant.
Yeah, that could have been another goal for Fermanagh, but it was really well read there by Aisling Kelly, who cut across. It was a beautiful ball in by Emer Smith. Fermanagh, as I keep saying, their Fermanagh work rate and their eye for goal is excellent, and their passing has been really, really good today.
Yeah, Courtney Breen on the ball, and she has a bit of a leisure here. Beside her 10 points up, she's in no rush to bring it forward, even though they had the aid of a strong breeze. And Liam McManus has been a perfect link player all afternoon, and he gives it off to one of the runners, Sinead Barrett. Plenty of pace, and she now has plenty of space in front of her. She's going to keep going. Emer Burke tries to challenge, but she's going to go all the way with a kick, and that is a superb point, it must be said. Got the ball from Liam McManus at halfway, soloed all the way down and straight over bar.
Outstanding Pearson through the Clare defence, as she's done all day today. Emer Burke is a very fast back, but look, Emer couldn't keep up with her there. Excellent score, and the
kick out's gone straight away. Could this be another goal chance here? Smith's inside, but she just uncharacteristically let the ball slip out of her hands, and Rebecca Sexton made up for just what was the short kick out that went a little bit astray. It's a let off for Clare, but it's Emer Burke on the ball. Emer Burke, they're going to need everything to go their way for the rest of the time, because we're now into the 48 minutes, the 2/3 mark of this game, and Fermanagh are a sizable lead of 11 points here. Clare, against the conditions, against the odds, and now trying to fight into that breeze as well. It's Teresa Collins. That has been a superb run from her. Gives it off to Amy Sexton. She had a goal chance just a few minutes ago. Just hit the top of the crossbar. This time she was fouled. She gets it free. But crucially, Fermanagh not coughing up that goal chance.
Yeah, no, it was a really good run there from Teresa Collins, who found Amy. Amy's strength is unreal when she's on the ball. Took it onto her left hand side, and I think it was just outside the rectangle there. You'd imagine that Fidelma will pop this over the bar, but Clare will need to get win possession and try and get into goal scoring opportunities. Yeah,
Fidelma has had 3 points so far. One of those a 2-pointer, but she hasn't converted a free so far, so this will be her first effort. She had one from just a little bit further out that hung in the air and almost give it a goal chance for Loncombe. She accomplished that one this time around and make sure that the advantage is back to 10 points, but still a long way back. We're into the 42nd minute of this tie. Fermanagh firmly in the ascendancy. Anya Harron with a superb kick out from the last time, went all the way through to Anya McCarney. Can she do likewise? Again, she's looking, she gets it all the way down, but it's Abby Kelly that picks up the ball. She gives it off. The ball breaks perfectly for Teresa Collins. Teresa Collins has picked up the intensity here for Clare in the last couple of minutes. Lauren Conway, is she going to have a pot? It's an ambitious one. It's gone wide, and she might be better trying to play that inside. They're going to need a goal here, to get back in the game, Emery.
Yeah, excellent run there from Teresa Collins, who had gone in. Lauren caught it well, but it just seemed to tail to the right hand side of the post there. Clare do need a goal, but Fermanagh are keeping that zonal defence. They're working so hard. But Clare will have to get a goal sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's a short one. And she gives it to Katrina Breen, and they're going to build from here now. Aisling Keenan getting that ball out to the captain, Shannon McQuaid. And here they go. It's Sarah Britton. Gives inside to Sinead Barrett. And if we know what Sinead Barrett is, that she's able to really eat up the ground in front of her. Clare look to smother her, but she gets the ball off to the captain once more. McQuaid gets it down to Britton. Britton has a player inside in Brona Smith. She has Anya McCarrigal outside of her, but she looks like she's going to go alone. No, she opts to give the ball back to Brona Smith, who does find Ciara McCarrigal, and it goes cross field. Look, they're doing everything with such precision and patience. Joanne Doonan looks for Barrett inside there, but it's a good interception from Ellie Kelly. She's one of the ones that's stepping up here to try and provide some resistance. She looked for the free. The referee is eventually going to give it. He's not a man that's looking to go for urgency. He likes to take his time about decisions. And look at this from Abby Kelly. She is taking the fight, even though she's one of the younger members of the panel, but she has given the ball too many steps. She hadn't the options in front of her.
Yeah, I suppose I just have to go back to Ciara McGanagle's crossfield pass there across. It was absolutely beautiful. Really good work rate from Abby Kelly to track back and get the ball. Again, just unlucky there for the steps, but it just shows the work rate that Fermanagh are putting working so hard, and they're putting so much pressure on those Clare defence.
Yeah, and Emer Smith was held as she was going past. She was looking for the pass from Sarah Britton, but she was held by Hannah Doyle, and it's another opportunity for Fermanagh to restore an 11-point lead, and they have it pretty much their own way. The Clare management are looking to see can they find some bit of a nugget of to try and get back into this game, but it's Fermanagh that are controlling it very, very well and very, very accomplished, you'd have to say.
Yeah, Hannah Doyle has been ticked there as well, but I suppose the leaders for Fermanagh have really stood up. Emer Smith was fouled there just as she was making a run through, and once I suppose Fermanagh keep ticking the scoreboard over now, they're well in control. You know, they've been the better team throughout, and it's going to take a big comeback from Clare. Clare seem to be making a substitution. Looks like Sophie Torpy's warming up. Sophie's came on in the 2 championship games, and she's been excellent. You know, a young player from Bearfield, but it'd be great to get her on the field again.
Yeah, it is Emer Smith that does make it another point. It does make it back to 11 points and ensures that she's got 2-5 so far this afternoon. What a fantastic score. If we remember, she scored 2-12 out of 2-15. She against Clare in the league. She likes playing Clare, and Fermanagh seem to be liking going to Clare as well, because this is a brilliant performance. They're 11 points clear, and they have the ball again, and it is Sarah Britton against a half a block from Sinead Constantine. It's Rebecca Doohan that cleans up the danger, but look where Clare are. They want to be down the other side of the field, as does Ellie Hanrahan, but she's in her own full back line at the moment. Gives it off to Aisling Kelly. They're going to need to run the ball a little bit here. She was knocked over, but she's going to go the solo and go, and the referee holds her up for a substitution here, and Fermanagh are going to bring on Sarah McCarville. McCarville is coming onto the field here just as we enter the final quarter, and off goes Anya McCarney. She's put in a great shift, it has to be said, for Fermanagh, but she's going to make way here for the final quarter for Sarah McCarville, as we're going to go back over to the far side for this free.
Yeah, just looking at Anya's stats there, so she's won a lot of kickouts, you know, for Fermanagh. She's been her work rate has been excellent. Her off the ball running has been excellent. She's created space. Clare are in possession now with Teresa Collins, and she's found Emer Burke.
Yeah,
Emer's been
Burke has the ball, but look at that, 4 Fermanagh players around him. That just shows the intent and the intensity from Fermanagh today. They've just been hunting in packs. Their desire, they're ravenous to get to an All-Ireland semi-final. What a progress it has been. Junior champions in 2024, quarter-finalists last year. Can they continue that upward trajectory and go to the last 4? Looks like they're firmly in the ascendancy here. It was Sinead Constantine that gave it off to Anya Slattery. Slattery tried to find another player inside and Joanna Doohan, but wasn't to be, and it's Fermanagh that break clear again, and they've got it free, and they're able to solo and go. And guess who? It's Sinead Barrett again. Oh, the hand pass was a little bit overcooked for Kayla Caraboe, but she still gets the ball back. She's followed by Amy Sexton, but she's so comfortable on the ball, and she does have Courtney Breen outside of her. They're doing everything at such a controlled pace here, and they can afford to, I suppose, when you're 11 points clear. She gets the ball inside to Ciara McCarrigal. Ciara looking inside. Oh, it's another important interception, but it's still going to be a 45 for Fermanagh, and an opportunity maybe to go 12 points clear.
Lovely footwork there again from Ciara McCardle, you know, dancing from side to side. Again, it was well read by the young Clare Aisling Kelly, you know, to put it out for a 45. Could have been easy to be in a goal opportunity. I'd imagine here that Emer Smith might go short again for this 45, or she might chance it with the wind.
Yeah, well, with the form that she's in at the moment, she could try anything. A double substitution for Clare in the meantime before the 45 is taken. Onto the field comes Sophie Torpy and Ava O'Driscoll. So Ava O'Driscoll will provide that attacking target up front, and it's going to be Anya Slattery coming off along with Amy Sexton, who did pick up a knock, has to be said, in the opening period as well. So the two of them are making way just to see can they bring on a bit of fresh legs and see can they spark Clare into life. But it's going to be that 45 for Fermanagh, and inevitably going to be taken by Emer Smith.
Yeah, I suppose we have to mention Anya Slattery and Amy Sexton, who have worked very hard today. I think Anya had covered 10 or 11 kilometres, you know, in the 2 championship games that they'd played so far. Really hard worker, as was Amy Sexton. But a great opportunity now for the 2 girls that have come on.
Yeah, and an opportunity here for Fermanagh because Sinead Barrett gets it back out to Joanne Doonan. And Doonan, look at this, She's got a goal, but she's heading in the opposite direction because she knows that she has numbers here on the far side. The first touch here for Sarah McCarville. McCarville is not going to change the script here. They're going to be patient with it. Emer Smith looking inside. Look at that ball there for Leah McManus. She might have had a scoring opportunity to start off with, but she just lost control for a brief second and allowed Clare to regroup. But Fermanagh still crucially have the ball. Clare are going to have to come out of them here because they're going to have to force the issue a little bit because they're so far behind as we're almost approaching the final 10 minutes of it. Sinead Barrett getting the ball inside to Niamh McManus. McManus with a shot at the post, and look, that's as easy as that. This is fantastic stuff.
No, I'm seeing it all day, but their kick passing across the D is absolutely perfect, and I suppose it's opening up the space, and it's just putting those Clare backs under pressure. There's nothing Clare can do about it because their passing is so good. And I suppose Joanne Doohan, we've mentioned her throughout the day. She's been the online fitness coach for Fermanagh. She has been phenomenal today. You know, she's covered some amount of grass, and she's worked so hard, and I suppose it's a testament that they're up by this amount because they're excellent.
Yeah, a fantastic score, and Clare have a long way to go here to come back into this game. It looks like Fermanagh are in the ascendancy here. So Fermanagh had the ball. Now gives it inside. It's Joanne Doonan. She's been at the heart of everything positive for Fermanagh so far. She gives it off to Courtney Breen, who's allowed to come out from the back line because they're always going forward here for men at every opportunity, building with numbers, whether they're all defending or all attacking. Now ball in again. It's Sarah Britton again. Every player seems to have so much space and so much comfort. And look inside to Doonan. Doonan has the opportunity here. She thought about going for a goal. She's going to pick off a point. This is at their ease now for Fermanagh. Fantastic stuff again. They're really flying it, and it's 3 points in a row for Fermanagh.
Yeah, simple there from Fermanagh. Joanne found herself on the 20-yard line and just popped it over there. As you said, she could have gone for the goal. There was a breach being called for Clare, but they got a player back before the referee spotted it. So it just shows the pressure that they're under and the work rate of the Fermanagh team.
Yeah, and it's Fermanagh on the ball, and it's Niamh McManus again on the ball. Getting that ball back, but it's intercepted by Joanne Doohan, and she doesn't have much support with her. She's going to have to keep running the ball because the nearest player to her is Ava Driscoll. She gets her first touch of the quarter-final after only coming off the bench, and she gives up to Sophie Torpey, who's also getting her first touch. So maybe the new legs can spark something in Clare, but at 12 points down, it's a huge one to try and build up here. Ellie Hanran inside to Fidelma Marnin. Lauren Conway's in a bit of space if she can spot her, but I don't think she's going to be able to reach her against a sizable breeze like this. Sophie Torpey with the ball. She's just passing the 45. Gives the ball into another fellow substitute in Sinead Constantine. Constantine gets it off to Lauren Conway. Conway looks for Ava O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll is surrounded by this. But she's after finding a chink of light. Can she get a goal? Oh, that's a superb goal. Looks like she was bottled up. Found herself a chink of light. And only her second touch of the game, Ava O'Driscoll has given Clare maybe a lifeline.
Excellent goal for Ava. I suppose she used her upper body strength. You know, she's an excellent rugby player as well. Broke through the defence. Chloe was calling for it to her left shoulder, but she put the head down, back at the net. Great score. And look at it's giving a little bit of light there for Clare. They need to press up on this now, win this kick out, and try and get another score on the board.
Yeah, double scores, 20-10 here, but here is the kick out. Is that a lifeline for Clare, or will Fermanagh just resume normal service? No, Clare have the bit between their teeth. Abby Kelly getting it off to Lauren Conway. Conway getting it inside to Teresa Collins. Clare haven't time on their side, but they certainly have a small bit of momentum for the first time, and it's ensuring that Fermanagh are going to make another change here in a couple of minutes, and it's a goal score from a previous game. Caoimhe Gallagher is going to come on the field, but meanwhile Chloe Maloney gives inside. She was looking for Teresa Collins, just overhit the pass, and the ball goes wide. Another opportunity missed for Clare, and that substitution is going to be made now. Yeah,
it was a lovely move from Clare. Just unlucky with the pass at the end of a great run in around the back from Teresa. But look, if Clare can do more, we've seen what Clare can do. Fermanagh seem to make a substitution. Caoimhe Gallagher seems to be entering the fray, and we're just going to see who's going to make way.
Yeah, Fermanagh maybe leading to get fresh legs after conceding that goal, so they're happy enough to do so here. Yeah, and it's Rona Smith is going to make way here. Again, she had possibly had a third goal there just before the break. It was ruled out for overcarrying, but Still put in a really important shift. Anya Harron is looking for options here. Ooh, that's out between two players, and there look to be a push in the back on Fidelma Marnin.
Correct.
So Clare now have the ball. 6 minutes of normal time remaining. Whatever's going to be added on here. Can Clare gain a foothold in this game?
They need to work another goal, I think.
Definitely going to need at least one more, because I don't think they're going to outpoint him against this breeze. Sophie Torpey, the substitutions have made a break, and she's on the ball again. Strong player. She gets that ball over here towards Emer Burke. Emer Burke, they're going to have to be a small bit patient here. But Ava Driscoll, the goal scorer, has the ball in her hand. She's a little bit far out to have a goal this time. Gives it across here to Teresa Collins. Collins finds Sophie Torpey. Torpey has a player outside her here, and Abby Kelly, if she wants to use her, she's going to attract the defender. Fermanagh are just happy to keep them here at arm's length, aren't they? Just outside the arc.
See, they're working the zone, the defence all the way across. You know, there's the minute Clare get inside. Yeah, very disciplined, yeah.
Abby Kelly with the ball. Gives it off the captain. Now, Joanna Doohan gives it back over to Kelly. Kelly manages to break the tackle, but she's got about 3 or 4 around her. She does get that ball away. There's 2 Clare players there. Neither of them picked up the ball initially. Sophie Torpey, can she get inside there? She would be trying to follow her clubmate from St. Joseph Durberfield on the score sheet. The ball is short, but it's going to be a free anyway for Clare. And they're going to get an opportunity to eat further into this deficit.
Yeah, good goalkeeping there from Anya Harron. You know, watch the ball all the way. Good work from Sophie Torpey. I'd imagine Fidelma might pop this over, and again they'll just have to push up on the kick out. Clare seem to be making 2 more substitutions. The Clare minor captain from Nashua, Ashton Crowe from Kilrush, is coming on, and so is Lucy Power from Dura Bearfield. 2 very young girls, but have featured in the championship already. It looks like Ashton Kelly is making way for Lucy Power, and it seems to be Emer Burke that's been replaced by Ashton Crowe. Well,
they did get a bit of a kick from the last couple of substitutions, so they may as well throw everything at it now. Their championship lives are on the line here. Now, Fidelma Marnin, her options aren't great. She's probably just going to have to kick this one over the bar and hope to eat in further into this lead. 20 metres out. Strokes that ball just over the bar. And again, Clare slowly but surely coming back into this contest. They've only got 4 minutes of normal time, and whatever the referee is going to add, well, he added 7 minutes of injury time in the opening period, so if that's the pattern, it does give Clare more hope than anything else.
I suppose we have to acknowledge the fitness levels of both teams, you know, with these new rules and everything. It's such a fast-paced game, and I suppose it's a credit to both teams how fit they are and how well they're able to work the ball. Clare in possession here now with Lauren Conway.
Yeah, Lauren Conway, the ball spins out of Chloe Maloney's hand and it safely into a player that has been in a lot of ball. Courtney Breen is back there. She has had a great day, as has Sarah Britton here. She's been very, very industrious all the way through, and the referee showing there's going to be a free for Fermanagh here. So he's saying there was a swipe there, so he's maybe giving someone a tick in here, and it's going to be a Fermanagh free, which is the most important thing here. Now, the scoreboard says 3-12 to 1-8. I have 3-11 to 1-8. I don't know if that's going to be a significant factor here. But anyway, Emer Smith on the ball. We're passing 40 metres out. She's happy to get that ball back to her captain. Shannon McQuaid has it. Shannon McQuaid does have options inside there. One of those being Joanne Doohan, and Doonan, just fantastic. She has had a fantastic game here. So composed on the ball, and she just strokes that ball over the bar. And now it's 3-12, regardless of what score you have in your.
Yeah, Joanne seems to just reading the ball so well all day, just running off the shoulder. Simple football. Fermanagh seem to have made a substitution there. It seems to be Cleda Martin that has come on.
The problem is nobody has come off.
Not yet, no.
That's what the referee is holding up to play for.
Oh, it's Courtney Breen who's had a really, really good game.
Yeah, Courtney Breen has really worked herself into the ground here, so she deserves her a bit of a rest. And there's another substitution in between as well, because just after Cleda Martin we have Sarah McCausland. Sarah McCausland coming on for very, very industrious Ciara McGarrigle. She has had a couple of big opportunities, but she has worked really hard there in the inside line for Fermanagh 2 minutes of normal time remaining. A chasm in terms of the scores here because Fermanagh are 3-12 to 1-8 in front. So still that 10 points between the sides. It's a little bit loose, but Clare are going to pick up the ball, and it's Sinead Constantine that gets it off to Abby Kelly. And in fairness to Abby Kelly, she's been working very, very hard all afternoon. But look at that, surrounded by Niamh McManus and two players just off the bench as well. Now, Teresa Collins on the ball. Sinead Constantine, they're going to have to show a lot of urgency here if they're going to try and break the pattern here, which has been mostly Fermanagh, predominantly for the entire game. And Chloe Maloney beats two players there in the tackle. She's got Fidelma Marner inside her, but look at those players. They just won't let her go. They're saying that there is a hold on Chloe Maloney. Ball is knocked out of her hand. He's not one for dissent, so he's going to keep it where it is. And now he's going to go inside. Yeah, he's going to put the ball inside because there was dissent there. And it's given Clare. They're going to have to go for this.
They're going to have to go for it, yeah.
They're into the last minute of the hour, so.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for it. I suppose we have to mention again the Fermanagh, they're just bottling up the Clare forwards. Clare aren't able to get any run at their defence.
She's after kicking that one wide. I don't know, it didn't seem like it was hard to know whether it was a shot. I don't know what it was. Was he going for goal or a point? I'm not really sure. But anyway, the final result is it's a fourth wide of the second half for Clare. A missed opportunity, you'd have to say. Anya Harron, can she seal things? We haven't got indication of how many minutes of injury time are remaining, but it's we're into the injury time anyway, regardless of that. And it's Shannon McQuaid, the Fermanagh captain, that has the ball off to Joanne Doonan. And Doonan, look at that. Perfect ball down to Emer Smith, who has been their top scorer, but there's been a lot of influential players in this Fermanagh team today. They've had the better balance, there's no doubt about that. They've also got scores at huge times in the game. Sarah Britton gets that ball back to Kayla Caro-Bogue. Now she's run into a bit of a dead end here because there's a lot of Clare players, but she does get that ball back to Britton. And Britton has a few players inside her. She looks up. Oh, she's after beautifully squeezing out of that one. Gets that ball through, and it's an opportunity, a first opportunity for Cliona Martin to have. Just a little bit short, and Rebecca Sexton picks up that ball. She's going to come under a little bit of pressure, and she gives the ball straight away. It's Sinead Barrett gets it back. Is this going to be a good score? No, it's going to go wide, and Brenda Bannon. It was a missed opportunity. It was almost like a goal opportunity if she was held for a lob for a second, but opted to go for the point, and that one went wide as well.
Yeah, again, the Fermanagh forwards put so much pressure there, and Rebecca getting out the ball. Just again, going back to their work rate, they've been excellent today, just not letting Clare play the ball at all. Rebecca's opted to go on high here, and she has found Fermanagh's after winning possession. Yeah,
and they're going to get a free as well. And it's Kayla Caro-Bogue does that solo and goal. You can just see that Clare just waiting, and that's surely she deserved a point. She's unfortunately just going to go to the right and wide. She deserved to score from that one, but it's a second successive wide for Fermanagh. Not going to matter a hell of a lot at this stage because they are so far in the ascendancy here. A brilliant performance, you'd have to say. 10 points clear and at their ease as we're into the second minute of additional time here, and Clare in their own full back line scrambling to try and even get out of their own half at this stage. But Teresa Collins will keep the fight going as long as she can, and she gives it off to the goal scorer, Ava O'Driscoll, who's only on the field for that final quarter. Now she gives it off to her parish clubmate Sophie Torpey, gets the ball back and gives it off to Lauren Conway. Conway looks to play the ball into Joanna Doohan, but she didn't know too much about that, and again it's Fermanagh that break clear, and it's a beautiful ball down here. It's a bit of a run on her hands for Katrina Breen. So Rebecca Doohan does well to get the ball and win a free. They're going to have to go with it though because time is not on their side here. Abby Kelly gets it off to Chloe Maloney, and it's back to Abby Kelly. Abby Kelly trying to make inroads here as she has been the whole second half. But look at that, Niamh McManus is back in her own full back line here. A brilliant performance from Husson. That's just kind of epitomises Fermanagh, doesn't it? I mean, they're willing to go any place in the field. They're hungry for possession. They want to get on the ball, and they're a fine side.
Yeah, they're going to be a formidable outfit in the semi-final. I'll tell you that much. They're like even the last few minutes of the game, they're still going forward. You know, they're giving it to the person in the best position. Looks like it's another wide but they are working the ball into those scoring positions, exactly what you need to be doing. Tina Martin has done well there, so she came on in the half forward line. As had the names we've been mentioning earlier, Sinead Barrett, Emer Smith, Joanne Doohan.
And that is it, and it is Fermanagh that go through to a first All-Ireland Intermediate Championship semi-final since 2014. 12 years of hurt and a lot of seesaw between junior and intermediate, and now they're back in the last four. A fantastic performance, you have to say, from start to finish. And Anne-Marie, it's just been brilliant for Fermanagh. Like, a 3-hour journey, they were up completely undaunted as they went into this one and took the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding from them, and well-deserved winners through to their semi-final now. It's interesting, they came down, as you said this morning, 10-1. They were out doing their warm-up, and it was quite an intense warm-up. I was watching, they were totally clued in. And I suppose that continued on to when they came out with their jerseys. They did another warm-up, and their intensity throughout the game was phenomenal. Their work rate, as I've mentioned on numerous occasions, was phenomenal. Clare can have no qualms. Fermanagh were the much better team today, and you know what, they could go on they've gone a step further than last year. Who knows what will happen in the last two games.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from them. They've done the double over Clare, have done so in Ennis as well. They have really performed so far, and in through to the last four of the All-Ireland Intermediate. Their opponents is still unknown because it's level at the moment between Down and Monaghan in the other quarter-final. They won't mind who they play at this stage because they are through to an All-Ireland quarter-final, and coming up from junior only 2 years ago, this is a huge step in the right direction, isn't it?
It is, as you said, Junior 2024, quarter-final last year, semi-final this year, and I suppose whoever they'll meet, whether it's Monaghan or Down, they'll know each other very well. They would have played each other in the Ulster competition. I know that Fermanagh were in the final against Cavan, and that Cavan were comprehensive winners, but look, they'll have their homework done on either Monaghan or Down. I'd imagine it's a really good game if it's level. I think there's only a few minutes left in it, but yeah, hats off to Fermanagh. They were absolutely outstanding today and well-deserved winners.
And what about Clare then, because they really didn't get going at all, and it's been a bit of a sticking point there since that 2023 All-Ireland final. 3 home defeats in the quarter-final. You do well to win the group and make sure that you have a home quarter-final, but it hasn't been that advantageous.
No, and I know, look, I keep going back to, we have Clare, a very, very young side. They have great girls coming up from the minor ranks and the under-16 ranks. It's a building process. It's not going to happen overnight. It could take a couple of years. They're definitely capable of getting to semi-final or final, but it's just, I suppose they're going to have to go back next year, regroup. I suppose maybe increase their panel size maybe a little bit more. And I suppose just learn from these days. I know these days are very, very hard, but you learn so much from when you come back stronger. So hopefully they'll drive on for it for next year.
Well, it's Fermanagh that extend their summer. They're out in 2 weeks' time. There is extra time in that other quarter-final between Monaghan and Down, so they're going to have to wait a little while longer to find out who their opponents are. But they're going to savour in the performance that they had today, because an absolutely brilliant performance from start to finish. 3-12 to 1-8 it finished here. Maybe join us again in a few minutes' time, but for the moment, what's the highlights of what has been a brilliant Fermanagh performance?